y'all? Welcome back to Pics, or It Didn't Happen. I am Fats King, and I am joined in person by my brother, the Yeti. Woo! Reunited, and it fucking sucks, as a wise luchador once said.
No, he didn't. He's not wise either.
Just whatever. So, anyway, it's been a goddamn hot minute since you and I have even been in the same room together.
Yeah, because you don't like me no more, and
well, I keep telling you, you just need to go solo. The internet told you years ago that you're better than me, and you just need to go on your own.
Oh yeah, that's true. But the internet sucks, and I don't ever listen to them, so whatever.
So today we have some very extra special guests. We are joined by the Dead Bitches Brunch. If you don't know who that is, this is them. Introduce yourselves, please.
Right on. My name is Lidzy B, and my co-host is Moon Doggy.
Hey, that's me. I'm Moon Doggy.
And I bet they got mimosas.
I mean, they probably should, right?
Yeah,
they should.
We have been known to, have a cocktail or two.
Get fancy with it.
Or 3 or 4.
He always gets shitty because I'll smoke on camera. He's like, I have to edit that out now. You know that, right?
And I never do, but...
And you never do. You say you're gonna, and you never do. And I always laugh when I watch back. There's some shit you're like, I'm totally gonna fix and post. And then you say, I'm totally gonna fix and post. And then you leave that part in too.
Well, see, the problem is it takes a lot of time to do all that crap, and then I forget. And if you just stop, we'd be able to maybe get monetized one day. But right now, YouTube hates us because we cuss too much.
Well, they hate us for other reasons too.
Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is.
That's true.
So you guys have been doing this for a relatively short time. How long has it been now? About 3-4 months?
Right around there. We started in February. I had the idea at the beginning of February, and then our first episode was around February 27th.
See, and the thing I love the most about this, and this is something we preach on this show, is everybody can have a piece of this. Do what the fuck you want. No one can stop you. And it's so fucking cool to see other people just going with it. Because, again, like I just said, there's no limitation to what you can do other than what you think you can do.
Ooh.
And it's very refreshing to see such an open mindset from a community about content creation and where it's going, with people like you guys and the homie Luke and to a lesser extent old bootleg and fake legs. They're friends. We love them, but we love them.
I don't know what they're doing.
But it's fucking working, whatever it is.
Yeah, but nobody can tell me what it is. They don't even know what they're doing. They just
don't.
doing shit.
That's the thing. They have no idea what they're doing, and
I thought so. I'm gonna try some of that not knowing stuff.
I keep arguing with him that we're in a race to see who's worst.
That's true.
So before we actually get to talking about your guys' show and how you got there, I want to know, both of you can answer this one at a time. What brought you to the underground scene? Like, I don't say the term juggalo anymore because I know it's an umbrella term, but like, it's all underground, whatever it was, whether you started out with Tech, whether you started out Cottonmouth Kings, Zool, wherever you were at, it's all fucking underground. We all came from some part of it. So where did y'all's nucleus start? Good word.
For me, it was about 5 years ago when me and Brandon started dating. I've always known of like ICP and the underground and all that kind of stuff, but I'd never actually like gone to a show or actually, taken a listen to anything. And then when we got together, he just right away, like, we were both very much determined to be our authentic selves. And so he was like, I'm into wicked shit. Like, I need someone who's down with the clown and can go to these concerts and is cool with moshing. And yeah, he introduced it to me, and I fucking love it. And it's been a good time, and it's something that it's really ingrained. Like, there's things that I'm now a fan of apart from him and stuff, and it's just, yeah, that's where it started.
That's really cool to see how, like, your significant other, like you said, he brought you into it, but you've branched out and found your own sides of it that you prefer that probably maybe he doesn't. Yeah. Casey and I have a thing like that. She's got a thing for Razakel. Raz is all right, but she's not one of my favorites. So everybody has their thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I like lucha trash, so there's always that.
So for me, it was about 5 or 6 years ago. I was actually running a Comic-Con convention, and I had an advertising booth next to at Grand Rapids Comic-Con, next to this other booth called Astronomicon. And the person running that booth was Mike Winnegar, and his wife got to talking, and he's like, hey, have you ever heard of Twisted? And I'm like, hey, well, yeah, I mean, who hasn't heard of Twisted? But I wasn't really a fan. And he's like, well, hey, why don't you come out to Astro, and you guys can advertise your con, and, you know, we can come to your convention and advertise ours. And so I said, sure, why not? Went out to Astronomicon 1, advertised our convention, and absolutely fell in love with the culture, the people. And I did have some friends that were also that I had met from the convention scene that were Zooligans. And so after some time, they're like, hey, come out to this church service. And it was a Fright Fest concert in Grand Rapids. So I said, sure, let's do it. You know, and ever since then, it was just kind of, I guess, history in the making. Ended up joining a couple Juggalo Facebook groups. The first person that I really actually met, I guess, in those groups that I'm still, you know, super good friends with to this day is Weasel.
Shout out Weasel. That dude's awesome.
Shout out to Weasel. And then he brought me into the alley, and that's just kind of how it happened. And to this day, Mike Winnegar still takes complete credit for turning me into the Zooligan ninja that I am. So we actually talked about that at camp. He's like, I never thought you would turn into this, and I was like, you know, I didn't either. So
it's so crazy that people find their true authentic selves in this, and we talk about it because we use the term scene, but it's more of a lifestyle, and it's something that most of us have fucking bled for and will continue to, and it's why some of the things we're about to talk about are the reason why we feel this way. And I'm not going to go into details of things that have transpired because enough things have been said. But between some of the incidents that happened at camp, this whole thing with the Shane Coates incident, the deviant horror people, and to another extent, the CPN situation, there's a very ugly name being thrown around us, and it really bothers me because most of us are really, really, really good fucking people, and if you get to know us, we're the best people you're ever gonna know. So I feel like there's this thing going on where, like, a lot of us, especially on this side of the page, have decided that I don't want to say gatekeeping, because that's not the right term. You're welcome here as long as you fucking understand how to behave. And it's not a set of rules. It's just a situation of respect.
It's common courtesy. I mean, I had a conversation with Lee Carver back before it started. And he's like, it's really up to the Zooligan community to decide what they want Camp Soul to be and how they want it, the culture and the atmosphere and the environment to be. And I said, as a Zooligan who's never been exposed to the gathering, I said, I've heard enough, and I don't want that. I said, I don't want that, the riffraff. I don't want the bullshit. I don't want the drama. I don't want the filth, and we all know what takes place at the gathering. I said,
there's a competition of who can be the bigger piece of shit, and I think I decided a long time ago that you win. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And that's not something that I want, and in talking with a lot of the other Zooligans in the community, that's not something they want either, so it really, it upsets me and it hurts me that there were some situations this past weekend at camp that transpired that were kind of indicative of what takes place at the gathering. And I guess it's really up to us as the community to make sure that does not happen again.
Yeah. Lydia, you want to speak on that?
I've had a lot of thoughts about this. This is, it's a tough thing because I don't want to. It's hard. I don't want to say anything to hurt or offend anybody and anything, but I think this is why, one of the reasons why I think it's important that more females become vocal and active in this community. To have more of a presence, because people need to see by us having the spotlight and interacting with others, like, this is how you treat a female. This is how you respect these women. And we are just as valued and as part of this community, and we've kind of had like a seat at the side, and no, we have a seat at the table. And you know, I don't ever want to be a gatekeeper. I want to be an example of what it should be and give people the opportunity to learn from the example that we're putting forth.
Well, and this is something that, unfortunately, due to the nature of some of the music and some of the artists, since I'm a Zooligan, I believe this shit, but I've only been doing it for about 4 years. I go back old school Juggalo for fucking since like 1995. We've been educated to think bitch, hoe, a juggalette is just something I'm there to fuck, you know? And it's like, I don't want the girls in this side of the scene to feel that way. I don't like the idea of them, like, you want to feel objectified, if that's how you want to fucking feel, that is on you to feel. But if you are just there feeling comfortable, it is not anyone's right to come up there and be obnoxious about it. Like, and there's looking and there's appreciating, but then there's being a fucking creep. And I feel like a lot of men need to understand what the fucking difference is. Would you like that if somebody did something like that to your sister, your mother? Like, Moondoggy, you said it. It's a level of respect, a common courtesy that we as I'm gonna fucking say it, we as grown folks, as adults, have come to understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not cool how, you know, some people think it's okay to treat females in the scene. It definitely needs to be changed. One thing that we joke about on our show, but it is a serious thing, is we've all been the recipients of unwanted dick pics.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking sorry. On behalf of my gender, I apologize so fucking much for that.
That's like I don't know. I don't want to say it's a norm, but like that's like it happens everywhere, and I don't understand it like at all. Like, just stop sending pictures of your dick. Like, nobody wants to see that.
Dicks are weird. They're not attractive. Nobody wants to see that.
It's true though. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, that whole no matter what. So like, just stop doing that. That's step one. Like,
that's step one, man. Gentlemen, if you were listening, step one.
Step
no
one.
more unsolicited dick pics.
Don't be holding your dick in your phone at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I've never seen any of these, I've got to ask. So there's like an etiquette to this. Is there like supposed to be a position you're supposed to use? Like, the most flattering angle? Do you put it next to something smaller so it looks bigger?
I would assume that's the way you do it, but honestly, I can't tell you because I don't have, you know, one of those. But it's just, you know, if somebody wants to see that, they're gonna be like, "Hey, send me this," you know.
You're gonna know if a woman, you just can't like cold send it. That's like you can't like have not even said like hello to somebody or anything, and then it's just like the first message you get, it's just dick, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were gonna like ask a question about the show, or you know, ask about our, you know, Brandon's art or something. And it's just like, it's not cool. I mean, I believe in people can express themselves sexually how they want, but there has to be consent from the other person involved with you.
You just nailed it. Consent is key. And I make the joke, I say my kink is consent because it's the fucking truth. If someone doesn't want it, don't do it. Like, why are we all in our almost goddamn 40s and still have to think like we're in kindergarten?
Because becoming better and learning would require work, and juggalos don't want to do that.
And that's kind of why I don't want to fuck with them anymore. Like, it's such a fucking...
I've only gotten dick pics from juggalos. I've never...
Same. I hate to say it. Like, I don't want to throw...
University, it's like, oh,
I hate to throw that entire group of people under the bus because it's a stereotype, and I hate to be stereotypical because I don't want to say all juggalos are bad because they're not. But if I had to categorize the type of label or had to label it, that's the dick pics that I get, and I hate it. You know, because you instantly go on.
Paint it up.
that would be acceptable. No.
It's
Now
not
that
even
is all you're
that.
gonna get. So congratulations on that.
Nobody's watching.
Enjoy.
Like, and you know, you've seen one, you've seen them all. Like,
But that's the thing. That's
sorry.
what I don't understand. Like, are you trying? Like, is the thought that you're gonna impress somebody that they're gonna be like, holy shit, I'm gonna call this dude? What is this goal?
I've never seen
Let
one
me go
like
leave
that.
my husband. Like, I'm coming.
Yeah, like this one is more
No.
special than any other in the whole world.
Okay, so that's the number one faux pas. Is there anything else that you can tell these young boys turned men how to approach you lovely Zula gals, how to be normal with you fucking people? Lucky me, I have an amazing partner, so I don't have to worry about any of this bullshit. But
Well, should they get on bended knee and light a candle?
I don't know, man. There's some single dudes out there.
You're
that are
over
just
there
so,
talking about boys to men. I don't know
they're
what's
just
going
so
on
there's
anymore.
you can just smell the desperate for vagina on some of these cats, and I don't know how to help them.
Oh, I thought that was old Pizza Hut.
Some of those, you know, some of these people who are so desperate, though, there is no help because they get this mentality and they have to change their way of thinking. They have to learn to accept themselves, to love themselves before they can even get to the point of being able to get into a relationship. Like it's a whole change of mentality. It doesn't matter if you're a juggalo, a zooligan, a ninja, pizza delivery man, etc.
That sounds really hard.
You've got to change your mentality here.
This is
You do have to value yourself, but I think like just take the pressure off. Like we are at, you know, whatever same event you are, because we like that same shit. Okay, we're into that music. We're into that scene. So you already automatically have something to talk to us about.
ground floor.
I have to think about, like, what am I going to say? Well, we'll talk about the band that we're all waiting in line to listen to, you know?
I mean, it does kind of get that soft little pitch up there. I mean, it is something. So I guess stop sending dick pics. Just talk about the bands. You don't have to talk about your dick.
Well, and as someone who is a bit of a bigger gentleman, I may think that I'm unattractive. It is what it is. But confidence is fucking key.
Yeah.
I carry what I like to call fat guy swag. And I'll tell you another thing, being fucking funny goes a mile.
It does. Absolutely right, though. Confidence, having a sense of humor, and not being, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I guess it would go in with confidence. Like just being confident in yourself, being confident in what you want to say. It is probably the two biggest things. Finding common ground.
You probably just say, hi, I like Twisted.
I mean, but that's literally. But I mean, you're simplifying it. But like she just said, if you guys are at a show, you've already got the base common ground.
Yeah.
You're past the whole fucking what am I going to talk about thing. You've got it. What was the first album you listened to? Oh wow, me too. That's cool. What's your favorite song? That's where you fucking build. I don't understand why everybody thinks that the minute you talk to someone, you should already automatically be trying to get into somebody's pants.
I think Whipstick has a pretty sweet fanny pack.
What
do you think about that?
Don't start a conversation with anyone that way.
Yeah, it's probably not the best.
Ever.
No.
Or 2%
Bottle caps. You got to put blue cap right in front of them.
blue.
I only fuck with the 2%.
Just know that before we even start talking.
That's true.
It's funny because he made fun of you so much for not being at camp.
What a fucker. Of course he did. I had to work like an adult. We just talked about this.
That's what I kept telling everybody. He's an adult. I'm the child.
It's true. I have 5 children and you're just like a big child. Giant one.
I don't know if I should be insulted by that or not.
That's why you needed to be there to supervise the big child.
I have to trust that the children will not burn the house down every time I leave it.
It's very funny because it as people know, I tend to be a bit of a passenger in this life when I go to these things. I'll PG it as best I can for you. But Casey usually has, the two of them usually have to be the wrangler for me. So I apologize for you in that, but I don't feel bad. So,
Hey,
how did you two meet to start your side of content creation? Because like that's the real thing we really are here to talk about.
Yeah.
Lizzie hogtied me and made me do it.
knew it. Called it.
She seems like the hog tying type.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. No, we met one time at Astro, and
Astro, man, I love
that was it. And then when I made the post on my Facebook that, hey, would anybody be interested in this type of show? Moondoggy was like, I would love to do this with you. And I knew she was admin on the Forever Face Alley. And I'm like, well, this is a great person to do this with. And yeah, we just started messaging each other that night and came up with the basis of our show, our scheduling, and even our name, all in that same night that I made that post. And then a couple weeks later, we went live with our first show. So we're very much DIY, we're learning as we go.
That's really cool. So like, it's Astro is such a it's a foundation for us as well. So it's so crazy to see
place.
that it really is. Fuck anybody that ever talks shit about it, first and foremost.
I'm gonna go broke next time because now I collect toys. So
Oh no.
yeah, it's gonna be bad.
It's worse than a Coke addiction. It really is. But
Those are all new back there. Like I only had like 5 before like 2 months ago.
So I have to tell you guys real quick my newest addiction. Happy Meals have like legit toys now. I
What?
don't know if you guys can see it because but they're like Disney toys. This is like
Oh,
Minnie
nice.
Mouse.
They got real toys.
They have real toys again. Like I love it. So get a Happy Meal.
yeah, get your nuggies. Everybody eats like they're 5 anymore anyway. Every place you go serves chicken strips and fries, and that's like it.
And like the one I got yesterday was a Buzz Lightyear for like I don't know what they did to Buzz Lightyear by the way.
Oh
like,
yeah.
So mad, but like he looks awful. So then I got this little Buzz Lightyear toy and I'm totally stoked. So
Yeah,
So
he does
Happy
look
Meal.
kind of. I don't know what they did to my boy.
no,
Look-
he looks awful.
I like the meme that says this Buzz Lightyear looks like he would turn his body camera off.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's the haircut. I think is like 90% of the problem,
What
which
do
is
they
probably what
think?
Buzz looked like underneath his little space purple stretch cap thing he wore, whatever that thing was. Well,
Oh,
and here
poor
we are
Buzz.
at Toy Story. So
Yeah, but that's how,
Welcome back,
Sorry.
that's how it goes sometimes. But so the two of you decided to do this, and in one fucking night. That is very ambitious because it took us like.
it took me like 3 years of wanting to do this before I found talking to you. So
And I feel sorry that you were the one that decided to like pick me because you get stuck with all of this.
I told you it took 3 years. You were there. I said, okay, fucking, let's do it.
but you know, as much shit as I give you and you give me, there's nobody I can do this with. And like,
Well,
good
yeah.
on good on you guys for finding the partner you need because I've seen people who do this alone, and Luke is such a lone soldier, and I give him credit for it. Fuck, man, I just feel like I would be boring on a screen by myself. I need someone to riff with or make miserable.
I'm gonna laugh at my own jokes.
No, I'm dyslexic as fuck. I mean dyslectic, and I said dyslexic. So, yeah, I need a Moondoggy there to like jump in when my brain just like stops for a second because I'm like looking at too many screens. But yeah, it's been awesome, and we're actually going to be expanding by the time
Yes.
this episode airs. Everyone will know that we've added on a third dead bitch, and we're adding on Leah Pettibone.
Oh,
True.
we fucking love the Pettibones. That is
Yes.
so awesome.
We
If
absolutely
you
love
don't-
her.
If you don't know, these are the people who make those awesome fucking name tags for us at camp.
Yeah.
And the frames, did you guys see the little
Frames?
crystal frames?
Yes, those were so badass. Like, oh man, I really do love this fucking community. I've made so many close friends that I feel like that are just going to be around for a while, and it's so dope that you guys are picking her up because I love the idea of her name getting out there as well.
Yeah. No, she's awesome, and as me and Moondoggy have learned, our biggest goal has been to try to stay as consistent as possible to
Yep.
keep our momentum with growth and everything.
Yep.
And sometimes that's hard. I mean, after our first episode, I almost burnt down our whole house. Like we've had
You
life.
did,
and
literally.
shit. Yeah, literally life and shit actually happens. And so, yeah, by adding on a third person that is so badass as Leah is, most episodes are going to be the 3 of us, but then it gives us the flexibility. If one of us needs to be out, then there's always 2 to kind of hold it down and stuff. So yeah, we're super stoked and have so many fucking ideas that we're just so excited about it.
Yeah.
Well, that is so fucking awesome to see you guys taking such a charge in this. And as we were saying before, you guys said it. The girls have more than a side at the table beside the boys. You guys set literally on the other side. You are the other side of this. There's the artists, there's us, and then there's the girls in the scene. And a lot more respect needs to be thrown around of, and not just like what we were talking about, like respect, like sexually. We also a lot of respect needs to be issued for content creation, for the people who make things, the things that like you guys have your part. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. I mean, I I mean, I'm so proud to be a Zooligan and to be part of that community. But after camp, I was so even just more proud to be a female in that community, because let me tell you, the ladies held it down. I was having to work my vendor booth and someone would just appear with food for me, and it was just an angel sentence like, you need to eat, we're here, you guys need to take a break. And, we just all kind of like took care of each other, but still just kicked it with the boys too and had a good time. And yeah, I think a big part of what a good time everybody had was because all the females are there. And we were kind of joking, a couple of us, that we're trying to out nice each other. What's a super nice thing I can do for this person? What's the nice thing I can do for this person and stuff? But still, yet we're just like covered in blood and screaming at all the wicked shit at the same time.
Shout out to the camp mamas and the scene mamas, the ladies who put in the work to make everybody have fun on top of being safe and the whole shebang. Alive, man. Some of y'all got kept alive this past weekend because of the good of some of these ladies.
Hey, that was me.
I wasn't talking about just you, but if you want to go ahead and put yours out there.
I will definitely. I mean, if it wasn't for Casey, I would have probably died in that chair in the corner. I thought I was. So I definitely will. Like, and that's, just kind of what what she was saying is everybody came together to take care of each other, and that was part of our main goal when we started this show. It was showcasing, the females behind the strong men in our community, because behind the vast majority of the men in our community are strong women supporting them.
Absolutely fucking right.
And she's, it's her behind Brandon. And the females that are behind the Zool boys. And that's what we wanted to kind of showcase. There's Christy and Dean. There's Lizzie Gates. There's so many different females in this community that don't get showcased.
Gooblo and Robin.
Yes, exactly. Because sometimes their male counterpart is overshadowing them, and that's what we didn't want. We wanted to showcase those females who are just outstanding and deserve it.
And that's something that I feel like we boys, some of us, not myself, I can't stand when Casey says that everybody's just my friend. I don't really care for that, because I know that's not fucking true. I know that's not fucking true, especially with some people. But it's so cool that you guys want to be the voice for that side. Because nobody was doing that. Nobody was doing that. And that is, again, anybody who picks something at ground level that nobody else is fucking doing, it gives you such an option, because you're the one making the rules for it from henceforth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely become more than I thought it ever was going to be. I thought it was just going to be every other week and me and maybe 5 other chicks hanging out talking about monster makeup and movies. And it's become this thing, and it has this drive, and it just even people coming up to camp and talking to me about like, hey, you're from Dead Bitches Brunch, and thank you for doing the show, and talking about future people that they would like to have on the show, from artists coming up saying like, hey, if you'd ever have a dude on, and I'm like, yeah, like the fact that like I exist is like fucking cool. And yeah, I think it's really important for us to be able to showcase female artists, but also for people to see us interact with the artists that we all love and support in this community too. And see, we have valid questions. We're going to talk about different music and stuff, because there's different songs and music that guys gravitate to, and there's some that the females gravitate to.
Absolutely.
And I want to hear the backstory about some of those things, and where maybe guys won't go about that stuff, and it's totally cool, and it's going to be, yeah. We're just stoked for what it's becoming and what all the possibilities it has to be.
Well, I just I feel like it. I gotta find my words 'cause I'm kind of high. It's the way you're going about it is the right way. You've got a great groundswell of support, and I see a lot of big things coming for you, and that's the reason why we reached out to you specifically, is because we want everyone to understand that there is more to this than just what the boys are doing.
Mhm. No, I mean, we're so stoked and that you guys wanted us to be on here, and I catch as many of your episodes as possible because you guys are my dictionary for the underground. Like, this is my homework
It's
time.
so true. It's
This
so
is
true.
my time to like get in my homework, get my notes. I'm like, okay, so if I ever get to talk to this person, don't bring this up.
Well, unfortunately, we asked some of the most outlandish shit, so I hope we don't ruin any chance you have with other people. But
Oh no.
that's something though that you didn't see. Like, we get recognition when we go to events, but this time around, bro, people knew who the fuck I was, and I don't have an ego, you know I don't, but it was pretty fucking gratifying. I gotta admit.
My boss knows who I am, so
Self pat on the back.
I guess that makes me feel better.
I appreciate that.
My parents still acknowledge me after doing the show. We're good.
That's touchy. I'm not really sure about that, actually.
My mother will never see this, but that's just a whole nother thing.
Oh God, they're not watching this. God no, I barely talk.
So going forward, like, what are some of the things that you guys were talking about? You said you were wanting to do like commercials and stuff like that. Like, are you thinking like skits? Like, is this like, are you trying to go further than just a podcast? Because like one of the ideas we have is like, so we do these interviews, we do these, but we also have this thing where at the end of the month we try to do something. I call it scary shit, but it could be whatever we want. It's we talk about conspiracy shit, we talk about murderers, whatever. But like, what do you see yourself like in a perfect world? Where do you see this going?
What I really want to do is connect together the creators and the different art forms that we have on the show, and have it put together that we can have like short skits or short little, spoof commercials or whatever. I want to combine, someone's amazing photography skills with this person's, makeup skills. I want to, mix this and that. Someone knows some practical effects. Let's tie that in there. And what I want to do is create this network where artists are growing and connecting and helping each other grow and stuff, but at the same time we're keeping some fun, silly, gory content to mix it up, because I always want our show to have a bunch of fun in it. I want it to be fun. There's going to be jump scares. I have clowns coming up. We're going to have blood splattering, and like, that's what we're about, and it's one of the things that connects all three of us. And especially the music that we all love. And so I just want to continue to like circulate that through the show.
Do you see merch in the future? Is this something that you would want?
We have stickers.
We have stickers so far.
I mean, you guys have the Slap Queen working for you. Of course you have stickers.
Yeah, we have stickers. No, we are going to have merch. As far as what we're going to release for merch, we're not nailed down on that. For me personally, I don't like things to be the same as what everybody else is doing. So it's going to try to be something that's neutral, kind of guys or gals would like it, but it's not just like the same t-shirts or the typical thing. I want something a little bit different out there.
Well, that's perfect. So if you're looking for something that's, different from what everybody else has right now, my question would be, if you guys could get together and you could make your own like designer, all gender fragrance,
Okay.
what's that going to smell like?
Like
Ooh.
a again?
No, because
No, don't do that.
Body
We don't
odor
want that.
and
Yeah.
body odor and
Hold on.
blood.
I would like to believe that we on the Zooligan community understand how to wash our asses.
You would believe
That is
wrong.
true.
You know what?
Occasionally.
I
Okay.
don't think anybody was particularly smelly at camp.
No.
There was
I
some-
brought a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Good job. You
Camp wasn't
begged
too
this
bad. Camp wasn't too bad. I would say kind of woodsy.
Woodsy.
Yeah, but with like a little citrus. If I had to pick up a fragrance,
See, I was thinking citrus in there too.
yeah.
I feel like the overall smell is just always going to be weed. Anytime you ask this question.
Well, see that, yeah, you get a little bit of earthy, those sort of like, you know, that mossy undertones with a little bit of the citrus, and then you get that
Yeah.
little bit of that, you know, that skunky funk right through there. Boom, that's a fragrance.
We just need to come out with our own bud line. So Cadaver
I mean,
Cadaver Coochie Kush.
that would be
Ooh.
awesome.
Wow,
There you go.
that's a mouthful.
I think for the first like official like thing of merchandise though, because we do on our show we do drink. So we have wine or a beverage of choice that's an adult beverage. I think I would want to put out like some pint glasses or wine glasses for our first like,
that would be very good branding. Very, very smart marketing.
yeah, so that everybody that's watching our show can drink from their Dead Bitches brunch glass.
Yeah, and don't be putting Fago in it. Grow, just stop.
No Fago.
Drink
It
some
has to be-
water or something.
Oh, drink water. Drink fucking water.
It's got to be wine or beer.
Like, we're grown up now. We can admit that we drink other things
Shaggy,
besides
Shaggy
Fago.
drinks cherry Pepsi.
Yeah, so do with that
If you
what
did-
you
if
will, I
didn't- if
guess.
you didn't know. So we're getting closer to the end of this. So I just want to say, so if you could say anything right now to a female who is watching from the outside in, seeing the fun that you ladies are having, tell them how they should be welcomed into this community if they had a bad time with the Juggalo scene or were outright fucking frightened about it to begin with, but are still in love with this idea of this dark and macabre thing that we're all fucking just so in love with.
So I would say this is a totally different world. We're classier. We welcome everybody, despite what other people may say. But we're very welcoming, loving, and this is not a community that we tolerate the bullshit and drama. You know, that's apparent just over the course of the last week. So if there's any fear, you know, reach out to somebody that may be involved in the community. And come on and join us at any event, because we definitely, you know, would welcome them with open arms.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say it's a different scene. I've been to ICP shows and I've been to AXE shows and Twisted, and it's a different scene. Everybody is a lot more respectful, and I myself personally, I didn't have a bad experience with anybody. I felt completely safe walking all around anywhere on the Tarrytown grounds by myself, even when it was 3 a.m. and I'm looking for my clown and we're on 2 different sides of the area and stuff. I mean, and I knew that there was people watching out for me and checking on me, and there was even times that I would get separated from my group, and then somebody who knew me would make sure that I got back with my group before they left me and stuff. And there's a lot more of that. Don't let some negative stuff that's going around that unfortunately did occur. Don't let that prevent you from giving this community a chance and coming to this scene. And always feel that if you notice that other girls are at concerts, you can always approach another female. You know, you can always say, hey, can I hang with you? Or if you feel unsafe in an area, I can guarantee you can come up to any female in that area and just be like, hey, can I hang with you guys here for a bit? Or just talk to us, or say, I'm here alone, you know, whatever. We're all welcoming. We're all family.
I mean, it's the term that's thrown around on this side is we are one. And I really feel that, because like a lot of the things that happen on the Juggalo side is I'm with Rip City Riders, or I'm with this clique, or I'm with that clique. It stopped just being about being a Juggalo a long time ago. Nobody gives a fuck what, you know, we're all the same thing. We're all the same thing here. And I love it. I can't say it enough. I know that I gush about it sometimes I feel like I preach, but it is what it is. And you guys, and guys like Dean, Fams, they're artists and they're content creators that are involved in what I'm calling an underground renaissance. We have either been around long enough to decide we don't like it, or are new to it and look at the old and decide they don't like it, and we're fixing this shit. And I can say a whole lot of other names, but I don't have time to call them out, but they know who they are, and they know that we're all working at this shit together, and the only way we're gonna be able to fix it is together. And I thank you guys for coming on and helping us with that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
We're glad to be here.
Where can they find you guys on this vast ocean of social media, the show, or if they want to talk to you personally, if you want that?
Yeah, go to deadbitchesbrunch.com. It'll take you to our Instagram, it'll take you to our YouTube, and it also has an area where if there's an artist or guest that you would like us to have on, you can shoot us that information right there. So deadbitchesbrunch.com.
Boom, it's that easy.
It's that easy.
That easy.
You
That
don't
easy.
even got to put like Alta Vista, Firefox, and Netscape Explorer
You're
in there.
showing
Nothing.
your age.
Yeah, well,
There's no Mozilla, there's no Firefox, nothing.
no, don't be using Firefox.
Don't use Firefox. There are so many better ones. If you are interested in following the mess that we are, you can find us at Pics It Didn't Happen on YouTube, Pics It Didn't Happen official on Instagram. I'm Fats King if you want to find me on Facebook, and it's the same thing for Instagram, but like all I really do is share memes and stupid shit. So don't expect anything that matters.
Yeah, I mean Instagram, I'm there, but it sucks now. So at Yet I Night on there, my real name on the Facebook.
Because
Good luck.
You don't have that kayfabe shit like me.
No,
So-
good luck with that.
So until next time, motherfuckers, this has been Pics It Didn't Happen. Dead Bitches Brunch, thank you again, and we are fucking out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Out.